panic. The sky is falling. I thought everything just goes straight up forever. Guys, I'm kidding. Look, I see a lot of people in our Discord group and in our comments freaking out over Bitcoin. So in this video, I want to run through some technical analysis, talk about what I see happening both short-term and long-term. So if you like the sound of that, please like, subscribe, comment, and share, and hit the bell icon to be notified of new uploads. And also, guys, it's important to understand what's going on with Bitcoin, even if you're not in Bitcoin, thinking about getting in Bitcoin, or not heavily in Bitcoin, because Bitcoin affects the rest of the market. So let's describe a few things that's going on with Bitcoin here. So we were in this wedge type situation. Okay, we're breaking out bearishly. We're also in what could be considered kind of like a descending triangle situation here. Okay, this base / green line being based off like kind of this wick here, and if we zoom in further to smaller time frames, yeah, we can see how here we reacted off that level here, you know, here and here and here as well. So yeah, I'd say kind of like the 32,400 region is pretty price reactive. Also, I'm placing the base of this triangle. Let's see if I have this placed correctly. I want to place this, yeah, right here, right at the bottom of this wick here, which lines up with this area and this area here. So we can see how it's pretty price reactive. So guys, we are in a bull market and we are breaking down bearishly from patterns. Is this the end? I do not think so. I do not think anything has fundamentally changed to make the case for cryptocurrency less bullish long term. All you need to understand why crypto is so bullish long term is really two things. One, the US dollar, the global reserve currency. The Americans have been printing trillions of dollars. They're very likely to continue to print trillions of dollars, which is going to devalue their currency and inflate assets, stores of value, such as gold, commodities, and cryptocurrency. People, the US dollar is being deflated at a rate of 8, 10, 15% a year. If you put your money in the stock market, you'll be lucky if you make 8% a year. The US dollar is losing its value at a greater rate than your returns from the stock market. Everyone who's rich, every corporation, individual rich person, bank, country knows that it is a liability to have your money in the US dollar. That's why we see MicroStrategy, Grayscale, PayPal, Square pouring hundreds of millions, billions of dollars into Bitcoin. Do you think they're freaking out over a 10% drop? No, they're not. If anything, they're looking to buy the dip. While noobs are panic selling a 5-10% drop at the beginning of a bull run, these whales are laughing all the way to the bank because they understand the long-term fundamental bullish case for cryptocurrency. So guys, I make this video to say I'm not a financial advisor. I don't give financial advice. If you're in profit, want to take profits, or if you want to move to a stable coin, you do whatever's best for yourself. I'm not going to be the guy who sells the first dip in the beginning stages of a bull run. Let's take a look back at 2017 and see kind of how the chart looked like at 2017. So this is 2017 here. The first major kind of run up in the bull market. Right afterwards, we had over 30% correction. Over 30% correction. And look what happened afterwards. Now, I'm not saying that what's happening today is going to look exactly like this, but I wouldn't be surprised if, let's say, right now we're doing something very similar. We run up, we're going to have a consolidation, maybe even consolidate sideways for a couple days, couple weeks maybe, and then continue to fly. In fact, I think that's kind of the most likely scenario. The more time goes on, the more likely I think it is for Bitcoin to fly. And so I honestly hope that Bitcoin corrects further and consolidates for an extended period of time. The higher the base, the longer the base, the higher in the space. I hope we move nothing but sideways and downwards for the next 2 months, because I understand that we're in the beginning stages of a bull run, and it's just a matter of time before eventually we go for the next leg up. So I don't know if this correction, this consolidation will last 1 day, 1 week, 1 month, or 1 quarter. But what I do know is that the more time goes on, the more likely it is that Bitcoin will go for that another leg up. Now, let's talk about some regions that we could fall to and possibly find support. So we're currently on the daily here, finding support on our green line here. If we can close above this, that's obviously good news. I've kind of been saying I don't think it's very likely we drop below $29,000. Of course, it is a possibility, but I would wager that it's likely than not, in my opinion, that we don't drop far past like the high 20,000s. Because guys, if MicroStrategy alone bought, what was it, 3 times more Bitcoin than was produced in December alone, that's one institution. What about the dozens of other institutions getting in, dozens of other hedge funds, corporations, individual rich people, countries, banks? Guys, if these whales were buying Bitcoin directly on exchanges, Bitcoin would be in the hundreds of thousands of dollars right now. People don't understand, like these noobs, I feel bad for them. They see a small dip and they freak out, not knowing the bigger picture. Guys, cryptocurrency is a long game. And Bitcoin specifically is important to understand because Bitcoin leads the market. Another thing we need to keep an eye out for to understand what crypto can be doing is the dollar index. Okay, the dollar has a direct correlation with other currencies and cryptocurrency. Whenever it rises, crypto typically suffers. Whenever it falls, crypto typically benefits. Interestingly, the dollar seems to be falling below support. Now, we have a few hours before this daily candle closes, so we'll have to see how this plays out. But if we fall below this 20 EMA and close below it on the daily, I'd say we're likely to see continuation of a downtrend, which makes a lot of sense. I've been saying this for weeks. Nothing has fundamentally changed to make the dollar stronger. Americans have been printing trillions of dollars. They're going to continue printing trillions of dollars. Joe Biden is going to pass a multi-trillion-dollar stimulus, maybe even more than one. Great, fantastic. That's great for crypto. So, guys, like all this panicking is just, it's hilarious to me. Like it's like we're going to look back a few months from now and we're going to see this 5-10% move down. Let's say it's a 30% move down from here. And people are going to be, it's going to seem like the tiniest little blip. It's going to look like nothing in a couple months. In all likelihood. Or maybe not. It could be wrong. Maybe I don't know anything. I don't know. But so, guys, let's talk about support levels. So, few places to start. I think kind of the 29,900, like basically 30,000 to 28,400 will act as support. The 3-2 Fibonacci retracement levels right there. We had an increase in volume at those regions. Sideways price action right here. Prices was reacting off these levels, this purple box. So below that, I think the 27,400 to the 26,000 will act as support. Again, volume picking up in this box, sideways price action, 0.5 fib retracement level right there. And kind of, I think the worst case scenario for Bitcoin is we fall maybe 24,400 to 22,000. A lot of volume right here, a lot of sideways price action, 6.18 fib retracement level. The golden pocket ratio is just right around here. I personally think it's very unlikely we fall below 25,000, although it's technically possible. I think kind of like 28,000 is kind of worst case scenario. In my opinion, I could be wrong. I don't know that for sure. That's just based off my hunch that every possible macro fundamental factor is insanely bullish on Bitcoin. But then again, what do I know? I'm just a guy who likes to rant about lines on the internet. So guys, I'll put it this way to kind of summarize things. If we dip into the 20,000s, I would personally consider that the blessing of a lifetime. I'm currently somewhat tapped out when it comes to accumulating crypto. I've been buying, as much as I can, because again, I'm pretty sure I understand the fundamental bullish long-term nature of cryptocurrency, and so, I'm sure as hell not going to get shaken out. You guys do you. I'm not your financial advisor. You guys understand what's best for yourselves. These are the support regions I'm looking out for. We haven't even taken a look at our indicators. That's how, see, I've just been ranting. Let's take a look at our indicators. That might be helpful. That's VeChain. We want to look at Bitcoin. Alright, guys, let's take a look. Guys, come on, guys, come on, guys. Stochastic on its, Okay, so a few things to mention about the stochastic. I don't want to make this video too long, but I can drone on for an hour. Okay, so the stochastic wanted to go up. Whenever the stochastic has a bullish crossover, looks like it's ready for that move up, and it doesn't. That's kind of a bearish sign. It's telling you price doesn't want to go up. But it's looking like we might have a bullish crossover soon. Same with the momentum wave, VWAP on the way up. What's the money flow? Money flow is still going down. MACD starting to tick up. RSI kind of in the oversold territory. So a 4-hour is looking like it might want to have a leg up, which if here on the daily, if we can close above kind of 32,400, that is a very good sign. If we can close above this green line here on the daily, that would be a good sign. Could be a sign that we could be finding support here on this level. Let's take a look at our daily indicators though. Ooh, okay. So we had a bearish crossover on the MACD on the daily, which is very bad, and it makes sense. We're continuing to see sideways price action. But guys, another thing too, and I've been talking about this for weeks too, by the way, how we might just mess around within this descending triangle for like the next 2 weeks, 20 days maybe, right? That's technically a possibility as well. Interestingly though, looking at the stochastic, is that a bullish crossover on the MACD? Or sorry, stochastic. Not quite yet, not quite yet. But with the stochastic being in that oversold territory, it's just a matter of time before we have a leg up. And the stochastic is good for telling us we're gonna have a shift in the trend, not the extent of the shift in the trend. So what might end up happening, just solely based off the stochastic, is something like this. Go back up, retest the breakout point, fall back down. I don't know, make a lower high, some break back down, something like that. You know, it's not, I'm not for sure, but a leg up might be possible based off the daily stochastic. Although RSI is still on the way down, momentum, money, VWAP still on the way down. Daily looks bearish, looks bad. 6 hour. Okay, so see, 6 hour is kind of like the 4, obviously. Looking like we may potentially have a move up. Momentum waves looks like it might have a bullish crossover in the next few hours. Who knows, maybe. RSI. Is it holding that base? What am I listening to? Okay, yeah, guys, you know, MACD ticking up, RSI. This still looks bearish. I'm not seeing a whole lot of good signs from here. Not quite yet. Let's take a look at like the 2 hour. So okay, so 2 hour is looking a little bit better. I want to put on a love song, guys. You know, I'm kind of in love with Bitcoin here. Who called me? Someone called me. Don't call me, people. I'm recording a show. This is a big deal. Guys, like, subscribe. I appreciate you if you're still listening. So, let's kind of just now talk about like the shorter time frames. Let's take a look at the 4 hour here. Okay. So, we're finding support on the 200 EMA on the 6 hour. Let's take a look at something here. Ooh, okay. So last time we pumped and dumped, we found support on the 100 EMA. We've broken through, which is very bad news bears. So based kind of off the stochastic here and like the RSI overbought region not going up, MACD ticking up, momentum wave going up, I think what might happen is we go for a leg up, retest the EMA, and if we're not looking like fundamental, like if we're not strong enough, if there's not enough buying pressure, we could just go for like that leg down here. Something like that is definitely possible in my opinion. So, you know, on the lower time frames, I think we're going to continue to have a leg up, something like that. If we can't flip the 100 EMA into support, I mean, I think we're looking to find rejection and then probably move to like the 30,400 in the kind of like near term here. So those are kind of my thoughts, ladies and gentlemen. Macro time frames still look bearish. I think we're likely to see continued downtrending here. Ultimately, I think we're kind of in this descending triangle here. Again, just to kind of summarize my thoughts, we have roughly, I don't know, 2 weeks of movement, 20 days or just under, a sideways price action between this thing before we break out. Whatever we break out of this macro descending triangle, we're likely to trend in that direction for quite some time. These purple boxes are kind of my accumulation zones. If you guys want to pause and like take a look where the price action lines up, feel free. Those are kind of my thoughts in the short term, but long term, guys, I mean, nothing has fundamentally changed to make crypto and Bitcoin any fundamentally less bullish long term. So, I mean, if you're a new person, just understand we're going to have lots of corrections all throughout this bull run. I'm not going to get shaken out. So those are my thoughts for Bitcoin in the market, guys. And just to summarize further, it's important to understand what Bitcoin's doing because Bitcoin does lead the market. So guys, I've rambled quite long enough. Please check out our Discord group. Link for that down in the description below. We only accept awesome people. If you're an awesome person and want to make money in crypto, check out our Discord group. Check out our Twitter. Check out our Referral. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, share. That's it for now.